With that, we will now move on to our session. I'm going to invite our session moderator, Mr. Mahesh Somani, Chairman, National RERA Committee of NAR India. Mr. Gautam Chatterjee IAS. Mr. Gautam Chatterjee is also the founder chairperson of MahaRERA. Joining next is Mr. M.S. Kumaraswamy. Mr. S. Kumaraswamy IAS, retired founder, chairperson of MahaRERA, again joining us, along with Mr. Ravi Varma, Chairman Emeritus NAR India. The session would be on RERA and how it can benefit all of us.
Good afternoon. थोड़ा तो loudly कर लो, lunch का time अभी है, आधा घंटा है. Good afternoon. Let us have a clap for yourself. थोड़ा energy आ जाए. See, this is a very unique kind of a session. We have allotted just 30 minutes for this session, and just 10 minutes we have a panelist will speak. Balance 20 minutes, it would be the open house session from the audience side. We'll ask whatever kind of a questions you want to ask, you have any kind of queries, any kind of problems, pains, what kind of support you needed in terms of RERA. Because last 7 years, you all know RERA, you all are under RERA practice, you all are registered, most of you are registered. So, we'll not go into the basics, we'll go into the intricacies of the RERA, we go into the challenges of the RERA and a way forward. And experts are there, Gautam sir, Ravi sir, everybody is expert on the RERA, so they will answer your queries. I'll first come to the Gautam sir. Sir, you are very much instrumental into the implementation of RERA at Maharashtra. You must have seen the beginning of the challenges while implementing the RERA in the entire state of Maharashtra. What kind of pains you felt, what kind of support you got from the developers or agents, and what is your message to the developer, and what is the overview pre-RERA and post-RERA during the 7 years of your experience, sir?
Thank you, Mahesh, and my fellow panelists. And ladies and gentlemen, in 2017, when for the first time real estate was brought under a regulatory regime, it was expected and everyone felt that this will bring a paradigm shift into the sector and will be a game-changing legislation. As we speak here today, we have just crossed 7 years of implementation of RERA, and I think it's first, I need to congratulate the organizers for having this session on RERA in this mega international conclave that they are doing. And it's desirable that we try and see what are the hits and misses in these 7 years of the implementation of RERA. Now, the parameters on which we need to judge as to what has been the success rate, are we going in the right track, what more needs to be done, will have to be seen from what is available in the public domain. Now, essentially, as I always say, that the RERA Act, though a small piece of legislation of 92 sections. But then the main purpose of the Act was threefold. Essentially, the three T's that it was supposed to achieve. One was transparency. Second was it was supposed to build trust, to bridge the trust deficit that exists between the buyers and the realtors and the project promoters. And third, most important, was time. That the Act required that a project should be registered with a stipulated time, and that should be followed. So as we speak here today, if we go and check up the website, the web portal of MOHUA, the Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs, there are three parameters on which they put out the data. One is how many projects have been registered, how many realtors have been registered, how many complaints have been disposed of. Now, a look at that, bare look at that of 1,22,000 plus projects registered, about 90,000 realtors, real estate agents registered, and over 1,25,000 complaints have been disposed of. But what it does not say is that if 1 lakh plus projects have been registered, if the purpose of the project's registration was that it should get completed in the stipulated time, how many of these projects did get completed in stipulated time? How many are running late? Now that I felt was a very important parameter to be put out in the public domain for all of us to feel, and that's a pain point. It's a pain point for all you guys also, because when you talk to the consumer and bring him to a particular project, you also on behalf of the project promoter assure him that the project will be delivered in time. And if it does not get delivered in time, you have to face the questions. So I feel that is one parameter that needs to be monitored and also closely monitored to see if things are happening in time or not. Also on the issue of complaints, now the whole idea was that within 60 days, a complaint should be disposed of. Therefore, merely saying that 1,25,000 complaints have been disposed of is a good thing. However, one needs to know how many were filed and how many still remain pending, even after not only 2 months, but maybe after a year, more than a year, more than 2 years. In some stages, in fact, we find that complaints are now pending for over 2 years. MahaRERA, for example, of course, thanks to COVID, the things got out of hand. Today, have 24,000 complaints lodged, 16,000 have been disposed of. So 8,000 is a very unsustainable figure. So I feel that these are parameters that need to be looked into very closely by the authorities, and we have to look at ways to see how we can resolve and mitigate these problems of complaints. Now, MahaRERA did start what was called as the Conciliation Forum. Many RERAs have taken it up, and I thought that would have been one good method to see how we can mitigate the complaints or grievances of the people. So these are small things that I feel that we need to look at while we talk about what have we achieved. But then we have a long way to go, because the way business is done by you guys is still a very fragmented sort of a thing. Customer relationship management still takes a back seat. Use of technology by which you can update your buyers. No, these are things which are value addition things which I think needs to be looked into by realtors, because most of the information asymmetry has been removed by putting out data in the public domain. But things which further need to be looked at by realtors, I think would be the things to look ahead. Thank you.
Very, very rightly said, sir. Real estate has always been a trust deficit subject, and somehow it's gaining trust out of the RERA. So I'll come to this, sir. Kumar, sir, you are managing the RERA at Goa, Government of Goa. So what are the problems, what are the issues you people are facing while implementing RERA in terms of agents, in terms of developers, in terms of projects, in terms of consumers, sir?
Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, everybody. Yes, Goa, all of you know, is a very beautiful state, but it is also a very small state. And though the real estate is very well grounded here, even right before the RERA Act came in. Goa has a lot of challenges as far as real estate is concerned. It is a very small one. It has its own unique issues. There is a coastal zonal regulations are there. There are reserve forests are there. There are private forests are there. But only the leftover area is meant for the real estate development. In spite of that, Goa is very active in promoting real estate industry. A lot of new projects are coming up recently. As the government, all of you are aware, government has announced many big projects like IIT is coming, new airport, Mopa airport has been developed, and there is a proposal for Film City, and there is also a proposal, a Deltin city, private city is being proposed to develop there. So the real estate sector is having a bright future in Goa, in spite of all these problems what we are having unique to Goa. As far as our status is concerned, we are almost around 1,200 projects have been registered with us, and around 470 agents are registered with us. This is a unique number of things. Out of that, these 1,200, around nearly 700 projects have been completed. There is no issue with them. And another about 560 projects are spread over up to 2027 and 28, they are expected to complete. There are about 60 to 70 projects which they have lagging. We are looking at them how to address those problems. So far, we have not come across any cases under Section 8 where any association want to take over any delayed project. We have not come across all those things. As far as realtors are concerned, I think we have not come across any significant issues has been brought to us. But the underlying current is that they are having some issues at the time of whatever the transactions they are going to make. I'm sure we are happy to hear those problems. We'll try to answer those to our best of ability. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very nice to hear the small state of Goa has such numbers of registrations of the projects and real estate agents. Really very good numbers, I believe, in terms of Goa. Sir, I'll come to Ravi, sir. As you are representing real estate agents fraternity across India, so what are the difficulties which realtors are facing, and what is the expectation from the government in terms of real estate agency business to operate, sir?
The difficulties that real estate agents are facing are, some of them are procedural difficulties or delays in process. To give you an example, that we were told that all of us will get a license only if we pass an exam, and there were 5 institutions that were defined and granted a license that you will train the brokers. There were 44,000 of us, and they defined that you will have classes only of so many numbers, and only these people are allowed to train. Okay, so we haven't finished the training, and that 3 times examination that was supposed to happen has already happened. Now, if people are still being trained, and we have extended the deadlines twice. Now, these are procedural things. The manner in which the exams were conducted were very professional. You cannot really cheat. Nobody can cheat. Actually, I thought it was wonderful in that aspect. The other is that while there is a lot of over-regulation, I feel, on the realtors' part, the manufacturers have lobbied very hard to dilute the provisions of RERA, which they thought were damaging to them. However, in Maharashtra, this is being mitigated to an extent that we went to RERA authorities and we said that you have tied our hands and legs very tightly. But what about the people who are actually defaulting, which is the builders? What about them? So there has been some baby steps being taken, that they are rating builders on compliance now. And next year, and now builders are shaking in their pants, because next year they will rate them on performance. Right now the rating is only on compliance. Now as far as the transgressions go, sir knows that most of the transgressions are from the producer's side. So going up to about 3 months ago, 44,000 odd transgressions. From the realtor side, till 3 months ago now, this time when we pointed that out last time to the RERA authorities in MahaRERA, authorities in Maharashtra, they realized that there are only 2 transgressions from realtor's side. Now there has been a few more. One of them is a friend of mine, is Anuj Mathur here. Anuj, are you there? Please stand up. You can contribute to this discussion. Anyway, I'll tell you the case. This is a person who has advertised 2 projects, and he is not given the RERA number with the advertisement. So he was fined first 80,000 for it. During the hearing, it was reduced to 40,000. He said that, look, this is an oversight. It will never happen again. This is a first-time transgression. And then they called him up and reduced it to 20,000. So I thought, well, it is a knock on the knuckles. But so I think this whole process is it's a work in progress.
Superb.
Yeah.
So sir, since the act is evolving, processes are evolving, so, and you are talking about Maharashtra. Maharashtra is much more matured market in terms of RERA.
Also the
Other
rollout
states,
also the rollout is far more deep than in any other state.
Okay, fine, fantastic. So, we have done 10-12 minutes of our discussion. Now we'll have an open session. I think you must have some questions in place. I would ask the host association to place the mics. Some volunteers are required to give the mics to. We'll have an open session for next 14 minutes, and we can take around 8 to 10 questions depending upon the time and depending upon the speaker's answer of the timing. Yes, please. Sir.
Before
yes.
the questions begin, I just wanted to clarify the point that Raviji mentioned. That was unique to Maharashtra, because Maharashtra has started this concept of certificate of competency examination for realtors. So, because we are having here from various states, yes. So they should know that this was started, and this was started because when RERA was coming in at that point of time, Raviji had met me and said that there should be a threshold which a realtor should cross in order to become a real estate agent. And because he is the cutting edge level, he actually reaches out to the consumer. So it is from there that it has come in. Of course, there are procedural issues, and I am sure the present MahaRERA dispensation will look into that and resolve it. Some more issues which have been, where Maharashtra has been in the forefront, is the concept of SRO, which I thought
That's
also
right.
you
Yes.
can mention.
That's
And very recently, this started with, of course, the promoters organization, the likes of Retd and Retd, who were made the self-regulatory organization, because it was felt that in order to bring professionalism among members and on the stakeholders in the real estate community, it should be that the bodies which are sort of associations of the realtors, they should also be brought in. And very recently in December, NAR India has
That's
been
fair.
taken in as SRO.
Yes,
I want also to see that prop and smart, the bodies, the
Yes.
state level bodies.
Pramod Vyas was
should
responsible
also-
for that.
Should
And-
also become members there in the SRO, because that will bring an opportunity for SROs at the level of the organizations to speak to each other and also bring more professional among the members. I thought I
Superb,
must just
sir.
clarify.
Superb, sir. Superb. Thank you very much, sir. And we'll come to the audience straight. Let us have one by one. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Good morning, good afternoon, sir. My name is Tarun Jain, and I run a real estate brokerage company by the name of Earth Matters. And I've got RERA for 3 cities, Delhi, Noida, UP, and Haryana. So my question is that, 2 questions rather. One is that, I run a sole proprietorship company. And in sole proprietorship company, individual RERAs are considered different as a sole proprietorship RERA, and the fees are also different. Whereas a sole proprietor holds a PAN card, which is valid for the company PAN card as well. So why is it that there is a difference to be taken in sole proprietorship and individual RERA fees? So that's my one question. And second, related to that, is that would there ever be a possibility of one RERA for the country coming in?
Sir, I'll go to you for proprietorship. His question is proprietorship versus individual. Fee should be the same.
First point, I think, has been clarified in a recent circular.
Haryana
of
RERA.
So maybe I think you can get hold of that circular and bring it to the notice of the RERAs of the concerned states that you're talking about. They should also be able to resolve it, as Maharashtra has done. And as far as one RERA for the whole country, this has been a demand especially for realtors who are expected to get themselves registered with separate RERAs. This is, I think, a work in
we are
progress.
under process. We are.
And let's hope that in times to come, it will see the light of the day.
Yeah. Next one.
Sir, one thing is, one suggestion or feedback is that, we have tried reaching out to the Haryana RERA as well, that the orders have been implemented. I'm like, this order has come in, but it never gets implemented. Same thing happens when RERA orders, RERA courts, they kind of, execute some order, pass some orders. They're never being executed. Most of the realtors over here would agree with me that most of the RERA orders which are passed in the RERA courts are never being implemented or executed by the developers, and customers are really facing a big brunt on that aspect.
On the first point, I think you need to further enhance your advocacy skills to see how you can prevail upon a RERA. I think the RERAs are organized also as an association, IFO RERA. So I think you could request the RERA, which has come up with a clarificatory circular on sole proprietorship versus individual, to take up the matter in IFO RERA. So there are methods to actually go about. As far as second point is concerned, these are all autonomous bodies. But then the orders that are passed are quasi-judicial orders. And I feel and I hope that there will be some order from the judiciary which says that, yes, if there is a precedent, that should be also taken into account while passing orders.
So thank you. Tarun, we have... Yeah, please.
One.
It's already on.
Hello, I just supplement to whatever sir has just said. Yes, the implementation of the RERA order is one of the challenging issues. This has been taken up at the national level also. It is where the trust between the promoter, the customer, or the allotee or whatever it is, that comes. When a person comes to the RERA after exhausting all his avenues, when we pass the order, it is the duty of the promoter to follow up that order. Of course, there are legal remedies are there. They can go to appellate tribunal, they can go to high court, and they can do whatever it is. But when a person has paid so much of money and waited for almost 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, even 12 years, when the RERA passes an order, I think that should be diligently followed and the matter should be settled.
Superb, sir, superb.
But it is not happening. Yeah. So again, there is a provision in the law. In case if any promoter has not followed this, it can be recovered as a land revenue. That land revenue is again with the state government, and there is a little bit of coordination problems are there. Every RERA is facing this problem. I think this problem has been addressed, but still in Goa, we are following 3 methods. Wherever if they don't implement the order, we will send it to the revenue authorities. Wherever, suppose if some people who are supposed to register their project, they are not registered, we are filing a cases under section 59(2) and we are sending it to the magistrate. And suppose any directions if we give, if the promoter is not followed, we are filing cases in the GMFC. So there are various possible avenues are there. And of course, there are other agencies are also there. Since the law is evolving, I am sure it will take some time, but mainly it is the trust between the promoter and the customer. Once the order is passed, if it is passed, there is no issue, but that is not what happening.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We are short of time, Tarun bhai. We have many of the people out there. We have just 7 minutes in hand. So yes, Bobby bhai, please.
Gautam sir, good morning. I am a realtor from Kolkata, your city, sir. Sir, I work pan-India. Same city, sir. Sir, our license which I want to renew in MahaRERA, they ask for a local address and a local trade license, sir. This is the difficulties realtors like us who work pan-India is facing, sir.
See, that is a registration rule, you need to follow it.
Otherwise, Mahesh bhai, make it one India.
Until unless we have got one India, one registration, which we are following up with the housing ministry, until it is being done, this cannot be resolved, actually. So it's a long process to go, long way to go. Yes, another question, please.
Sir, can I ask you one question?
Yes, please.
This is DS Nagara. I'm a president of Vidarbha Realtor Association. On behalf of regarding to the Vidarbha Realtor Association, we are receiving notices from the RERA regarding you have to share this, tell them the everything regarding the statements what you have done in the previous 6 months. Does we take it seriously regarding that? What should we do in it?
Sir, that's a revenue filing statement.
Please take it very seriously. Any circular order of the RERA, if not complied with, there are serious penalties. So don't ask such questions. If there is a circular of February 2023.
So we actually, the thing is this, how can we get the right way? Who should we should contact to them? They should guide us in the right way.
You should start filing your 6 monthly return. It has to be uploaded on your web page.
Okay, sir.
It's a 1-year-old order.
Okay.
If you are not aware of the order, during lunch I'll share with the order with you.
Sure,
it's all available in public domain.
Okay, sir.
And don't ask such questions, should I follow it or not?
Sir, this is a compliance matter. You have to follow it. You have to submit the returns with the value of the amount. Even the RERA authorities across India are very serious on that. Even PMLA is also linked. Be aware about that.
Okay,
and
sir.
PMLA is very sorry to say it's a dragon law.
Okay, sir.
It's a more hardiest than a murder.
So, sir, thank you so much.
Penalties. Yeah, please. Next
Thank
question.
you. पापा जी एक और सुन लीजिए उस फॉर्म में एक 6 नंबर का कॉलम है जिसमें पूछते हैं आपने कितना पैसा बनाया वो इन्फॉर्मेशन पब्लिक डोमेन में के लिए नहीं है
ठीक है सर
इसीलिए आप पैसा बना रहे हो तो वो आपको आपके कॉम्पिटिटर नहीं जान पाएंगे
चलिए यही तो चिंता है सर और किसी की
वो दिक्कत की बात ही नहीं है वो पब्लिक डोमेन के लिए नहीं है उसमें एस्टेरिक्स लगा हुआ है
चलिए थैंक यू सो मच सर
थैंक यू लेडी
Pradnya Sabnis from Smart, Mumbai. So we want to ensure that our brokerage will be ensured in the standard agreement to sell whenever we are doing the transaction with the promoter. So we are all waiting for that, sir, from you. Thank you very much.
So I think we go for a section 31(1) which says about that any aggrieved party can file complaint against any aggrieved person. So under section 31(1) you can invoke that section. You can make a complaint to the RERA authority for receiving of your brokerage if they are not paying it, provided you have a contract with the builder which says how much brokerage will be paid, what is the payment schedule, how the brokerage will be paid, how long you can receive the brokerage. These are the, you need to follow the contract letter, then it will be tenable.
And
actually.
Model form of agreement has included this clause. You, while facilitating the transaction, please ensure that your promoter includes that clause so that tomorrow if there is a violation, you can file a complaint under section 31.
So in Maharashtra,
yeah, Sanjay ji.
If I may,
Sanjay ji, please.
Mahesh, if I may, in Maharashtra, that clause is included in the model agreement and Gautam sir had helped me to get that clause included.
Sir, Ravi sir, we have too much question. Please, Sanjay bhaiya, Sanjay ji, please.
Yeah, my name is Sanjay Agarwal from Guwahati Realtors Association. My question is very ignored or very unanswered question. That is title insurance. what do you think about title insurance? Can you show throw some light on title insurance? As because it is very important for the home buyers, for future also.
No, the point is that there is an enabling provision in the Act. That section will get activated when the appropriate government, which is the respective state government, will notify that. Yes. Now, there are issues on that. The insurance companies will have to come up with that product, specific product, which will be acceptable to everybody. There were initially issues of past projects and future projects. If there are past projects which are also registered, where who is going to pay that insurance premium? If in the past projects you have already committed to certain sort of monies that has to be paid by the consumer, then all these issues were there. I think in due course of time that will also roll in.
My question is like from the current projects or the coming projects, what should be the title insurance status?
Title insurance will come in when an appropriate government comes up with that, and that will come in only when you have an insurance company coming up with the proper project.
Thank you.
See, in India, there is no general insurance company which have got a product for a title insurance. So let's see, there are various letters with the Housing Ministry. Let's see whether they will come up with that product or not. Until the product is in place, how will do the insurance of the title actually?
It was in RERA actually.
Yes, sir.
Sir, thank you. Appreciation to the MahaRERA for setting an example for the nation, being a leader in RERA regulations. But my question is in continuation of this particular thing. Do you vested with the powers as a chairman of RERA to punish the erring builders on the title defect, not only on the legal or the completion part of it, technical part of it? Because here comes the question, why the problem is the title insurance may not apply. You are able to punish the realtors, but are you able to punish the builders? Do you vested with the powers to punish the builders? Because most of the cases which we come across in and around Chennai, after being sold, community projects. Please.
Yes, in this regard, the Act is sufficiently guarded the interest of the customer. Section 18.3 is specifically mentioned for, and he will get all the money is refunded and the compensation is given, and it is well adequately covered. I don't know what is the level of implementation in various states, but yeah. So,
Hello, sir. I am Satbir
Good
Singh
afternoon.
Sani.
Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, I
am Satbir Singh Sani from APP, Delhi.
Check. I'm so sorry, we can't take this question because we have a paucity of time. I'm so sorry.
You promised 10 questions, please.
It's just a suggestion, 1 minute suggestion. Sir, as we face a lot of problems going to consumer court, it's taking more than a decade to get justice.
So we have a time up with lots of questions people are asking. So I would advise both the sir, three of us are here. Off the line, we can take it. Offline, you can discuss. You can have a resolution of your issues with them. We can meet off the line. Then because there is another session is there, times is already up. We are running short of time. Okay, thank you very much, speakers,
so much.
sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate that. And I would request Mr. Alan Vegas to please step forward. Mr. Alan Vegas, former chairman, Goa Association of Realtors, joining us to hand over a memento to our dignitaries. Mr. Alan Vegas is here. Okay. Also to let you know, our lucky draw is sponsored by Transcon. We will be having the lucky draw in a bit.
Please have a round of applause for our speakers, please.